but if not, we are here for No Gear Get Up. Okay, welcome in. We're going to do quick 10 to 15 minutes of some light work. Welcome in. All right, let's see if we can keep this brightness on. It's weird. All right. My name is Coach Jeremy. This is Coach Hammy. Coach Nala is over there. They will be joining us. But today, we're going to talk about tolerance of the spine. And we talked about this last time on Tuesday when we worked in that flexion and extension breathing, right? So we were in that quadruped position, the little cat-camel, and we just found those end ranges of flexion and extension, and we breathed them. Well, let's see if we can do a little bit of flexion and extension here as well. And let's just start by waking it up in those motions by just doing a little back bend and then coming back to neutral. So we're just going pure extension in a standing position. Back bend and into neutral. And some of us may have an issue with just this motion itself. So I want you to see where your intolerance is for extension, if you have any. But the key to make sure that it's just extension is to make sure that you're not using anything else. So squeeze the butt, right? And focus on the bend occurring just from the lumbar spine and up. Include the head. Notice how my voice changed. That's okay. That's what you want. And keep seeing if you can just influence the rest of the spine in that backward motion. Do it again. Maybe get a little tiny bit of flexion and then bounce right back into that extension. Cervical spine being involved with thoracic spine and lumbar. Perfect. All right, now done some extension. Obviously, that doesn't have as much range of motion as flexion does, right? So we're going to go ahead and try and make our way through some flexion now. So let's go ahead and get some flexion. Tuck the chin and then slowly just round the back. And obviously, we can get a whole lot more here. So just let the arms start to drag and just keep bending. So hips are getting involved, but again, part of the spine, right? All the way down to that sacrum, that tailbone. And I'm just going to come down and then slowly bring it all the way up. Roll the shoulders back, look up towards the sky just a little bit, and then drop the chin and round out and fold again. Let the arms run right by the front of the legs. Come up nice and slow. And then remember, listening to your intolerances, right? Sometimes just woke up, maybe something's bugging us, maybe it's been a chronic issue. But as you slowly go through the bend in each vertebra, in either direction, I just want you to pay attention to what your body is saying. Like, okay, this isn't probably where we need to be. All right, we call this one a little bit of a Jefferson curl, if you will. So again, arms are right here. You're just going to start rounding at the top of the head. Let the shoulders follow. Everything else comes down with it. Keep those legs straight. Come up nice and slow. All right, so that's your last one right there. Nice job. We just practiced a little bit of that flexion and extension and just see how much our spines can tolerate, right? Now, let's do what we did the other day, where let's get as much as we can in one direction, and let's go ahead and breathe our way through it, and let's see if it can help us open up that capacity. Again, the breathing, one, might help us just stretch out the tissue, but two, might help us relax the tissue and the area around it. So let's come back to where we were. Excuse me, Miss Hammy. Thank you. And then again, I just want you to think about hip up, let the head follow, and then just stay in that extended position of the spine. And then work some breathing. A couple more here. Last one. Slowly come back up. Shake it out a little bit. There we go. Now let's go to that Jefferson curl flexion. Let's work some deep breathing in that position as well. Start with the chin, roll down. The arms stay right in front of the legs. All right, so there's where I run in the room. Let's take some breaths here. Great job. Roll up nice and slow. There we go. All right. So the one thing I did notice as we're going through those intolerance tests, if you will, is the fact that my neck is not feeling the best after my sleep and after maybe some training yesterday. So how can we address that with just the body weight stuff that we do? We're going to go ahead and introduce some movement. We're going to do it in a lying down position, and then we're going to use our hands to help us out. So let's go ahead and lay all the way down. And again, just introduce movement to the neck and head. So I'm going to go left, right. There's nothing worse than waking up with a kink in your neck and just fighting all day to figure out how to just loosen that thing up. Coach Hammy, you ever been through that? A little Coach Hammy. Oh, thank you. So sweet. So sweet. Okay, now tuck the chin into the chest, so elevating it off the ground, and then bring it back down. Let's go through 5 of these. Sometimes your head just feels like a bag of bricks, right? Hopefully, if you just alleviate some of that tension in that neck, open up that range of motion, feel a little bit better. Last one. Tuck, 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 tuck. Hold. Demand a little bit of work from that neck. And then come back down slow. Nice. All right, so last piece here is going to be a nice little 2 to 3 minute calm down. And I'm showing you the backside of my body because we're going to try and use our fingers. So index finger and middle finger here. Same on both sides. And what I want you to do is just feel the back of your head. I want you to feel where your skull is and how it's hard. And then I want you to keep pressing those fingers down until it becomes soft and at the base of your skull, right? Kind of lines up with your hairline, if you will, bottom of the ears, but generally it's a softer area of the neck, and I want you to just feel that out and find it. Once you found it, we'll come back to our lying down position. If you want to grab a little water with me, you're more than welcome to. All right, now let's come back to that lying down position. And again, adjust whatever your headwear and your clothes are. And take those 2 fingers on each side and just place them right where that soft part starts. Lay all the way down. Okay, now you can also use 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 1 finger. It's really not a big deal. Whatever you feel like you can get a good grasp on that area. But now I just want you to press down and just move left to right. So again, my fingers, I'm just pressing and I'm just kind of moving this way at that soft part underneath the base of the skull while relaxing. Did I unlock something for you? Hammy's wondering what I'm doing. She's like, what is this? Does this look good? Hi, Hammy. Keep rubbing the base of the neck and then just right underneath the base of that skull, and you can go all the way out to your ears. And I'm using my thumbs now. Just kind of get a little bit of that area. And this muscle, actually, there's a bunch. But one that you might be triggering is what you call your SCM, sternocleidomastoid. And I know. You're like, what the hell? It's my favorite muscle only because of the way I learned it. But it's the one that prevents whiplash, right? When your head kind of travels forward quickly. And even though you might not have experienced whiplash, this muscle goes through a lot of tension. So I'm right behind my ear, and that's the one that I'm working on with my thumbs. And I'm just kind of using my fingers lightly on the back of my head to give me a little bit of slack, if you will, and a little bit of extra added pressure. And then just work your way back towards the center. Stay on that soft area and just keep pressing this through and just kind of knead it like it's a piece of dough. Sounds kind of crazy, but it works. Stay here for another minute or so, y'all. Ooh, getting really close to that neck and ear complex. Relax, breathe as you do this. Be in control. A little bit of self-myofascial release of the neck. Love that. All right, so start to take your fingers and go towards the center where we start, right? Soft part underneath the skull. And then I want you to just run your finger across and down as far as you can to the base of the neck. So one more time. Soft part right where we start, middle of the back of the head. Run your fingers across. Don't let them come off of the skin. And then slowly run them down the neck, off to the sides. Let's try that one more time. And this could be a little bit of push to the lymphatic system. I know it sounds crazy, but we can influence drainage, which might get blocked a little bit in our lymphatic system, just by doing a little bit of self-myofascial release. So again, one more time, index fingers, back of the head, underneath the skull, press down lightly, and just slowly start to push. Once you run in a room towards the ears, it starts to come down. Overwhelming sensation, but relaxing. Love it. Let's do that one more time. That was great. Here we go. Last one. Inhale big, press down, and slowly exhale. Fingers out to the side. And now fingers down to the neck. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and come back to the movement that we did before with our neck. We're going to come up with the chin, down with the head. 2 more. Up with the chin, right hammy. Thank you. And down. Last one. Up. And down. Now left to right. Just like we do a test retest, and we take some inventory. We did this before the self-myofascial release and the relaxation. Little finger technique that we did with the neck. Take inventory and see what it feels like now after we go through some movement of the head. All right. Roll up to your side. Oh, thank you very much. And then roll up to your side nice and slow. Come up nice and easy. Yeah. How was that one, Hammy? I think she enjoyed that one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. My name is Coach Jeremy. Thank you so much for No Gear Get Up. Happy Thursday. Have a great weekend. Looks like we're getting some good weather for now, but I did hear we're going to get a little bit more rain towards the end of this month. So stay dry. We'll see you next week. Remember, no class on Monday. We're going to pick it back up on Tuesday with No Gear Get Up. We'll see you guys then. Have a great weekend.